Hi, I'm Wheeler Winston Dixon, James Ryan Professor of Film Studies at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and I'd like to speak for a moment about the films of Fritz Lang. Fritz Lang holds a unique position in the cinema because he was born, of course, and raised in Germany, and his first films are German, and some of the most famous are Dr. Mabuse, Der Spieler, Die Nibelungen Saga, Metropolis, made in 1927, Woman in the Moon, which is a silent film, 1929, and of course, one of the first German sound films, M, with Peter Lorre as a child murderer. But he was deeply opposed to the Nazi Party, even though his wife Thea von Harbou was the scenarist for Metropolis and wrote a lot of his films, but she was an ardent Nazi. And in one of the most astoundingly moral acts in the history of cinema, Lang was offered the chairmanship of the combined UFA film, which was the huge German film conglomerate created by Joseph Goebbels, if he would stay and make films entirely of his own but lend his name to the Nazi film industry. Instead, he fled the country, came to America, and began making films here in 1936 with Fury, which is about a lynch mob in the Deep South, which shows that he never shied away from controversial material. In the 1940s, he made such classics as Scarlet Street with Joan Bennett, Woman in the Window. In the 1950s, he moved into crime films with things like The Big Heat. He ended his career with a cameo in a film by Jean-Luc Godard, actually a leading role as himself, Fritz Lang. Fritz Lang is one of the most important directors in the history of cinema because he shows man's inhumanity to man. He's sort of the opposite of Jean Renoir, who was such a generous humanist. Lang basically insisted that we have to fight continually against evil, and that's basically the message in his films. And it's really a triumph that he came over here instead of staying in Germany, where he could have been quite comfortable, but he chose the right side in that particular conflict. My name is Wheeler Winston Dixon, and this is Frame by Frame.